We get so many questions about our bridge, especially our direct couple bridge. This week on Alvarez TV, we're going to explain exactly, comprehensively, all Mr. Yairi's thoughts around his amazing design. Nice one, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
A little bit of Mark Knopfler in the Brothers in Arms. A little bit there.
A little bit.
Maybe.
I think I sort of
at least two notes of that.
went a bit
Mark Knopfler.
off track at the end there a little bit. I don't know. Interesting though.
Great.
Open G in this though, but I'm sort of playing in G minor. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's lovely. Hi everybody, welcome back.
Hi guys, how you doing?
I haven't played one of these for a long time, and the trebles are super. Oops.
Yeah.
Super sparkly.
I know, they're really nice. Well, Sam and I did a little reel a week or two ago with that, so I stuck some new strings on it. Lovely guitar.
We're in the wrong place today.
We are in the wrong place today because we have a whiteboard.
And we see, what are we doing today, D? Who wrote that? Sam.
Very
cute.
What are we doing today?
Going to talk about the bi-level bridge. Actually, we're going to talk about the direct couple bridge first. So many people who follow us or know Alvarez will, of course, know the direct couple bridge, which is on our Yairi guitars. And we have a one-piece version of that on our Alvarez guitars, which is very similar design, except direct couple bridge is two pieces, so where the end pins go in is a separate section. On our Alvarez, it's very similar in design, except it's all one piece. So this back piece for the pins is joined to the other piece.
So this was an invention, Mr. Yairi's thinking, sometime in the 80s?
Sometime late 80s. He did it for a number of reasons, to try and sort of fix some things, but also try to answer some things that were confusing him in my understanding. So there's two pieces to that bridge. What he was trying to do was, number one, he was trying to fix one of the most common repairs in guitar making ever, which is a pulled bridge.
Yeah, a bridge pull.
So whether it can happen quick, whether the top moves in humidity, or just over time, the back of a bridge, the pins just pull it up and it's a repair. So he thought of a design that could stop that bridge pull. And of course, this does, because actually the pins go on the top. So it's not pulling a bridge up. In fact, that bridge could sit by itself. It doesn't need to be glued.
Like a jazz guitar or a violin.
Exactly.
Right.
We do glue it, but it doesn't need to be. So that was his first thing. The second thing, which was string tension. So Mr. Yairi totally believed in string tension. He loved getting as much what he thought of vibration energy into the sound box, so that he could create more vibration.
To excite the top.
Correct. Third thing, which is slightly more complex and a good conversation. Because all of the mechanics around this, what I'm going to explain, it's really hard to prove except by building different guitars to prove whether his thinking was right and wrong. So, say if we do a normal bridge, we got a saddle, and we have a bridge pin. And we have a string, and we go down like that.
Yeah.
So in Mr. Yairi's thinking, you've got down pressure on the saddle, but on the same piece of wood of the bridge,
You've
correct,
got up. It's pulling it.
the string is pulling that.
Also, his thinking was almost counteracting.
So he's thinking he's got opposing forces on the bridge. So you've got that single piece of wood that's sitting on the top, guitar top. This is the top here. And you've got this pushing down and that pulling up. So in his thinking, he doesn't know, he's thinking that he doesn't know, the bridge doesn't know what to do. There's two things happening there. So he's thinking, how do I get out of that? So he takes that away. He does this, and he does this. And then all of a sudden you've got this long, very acute angle from the saddle down to the top. So the sound hole goes off there. So this is the top now. So he's put the bridge pins
Directly into the top.
directly at the top.
That must be a difficult thing to do.
So this is the bit, I hope it gets some conversation going. So this is the bit, now he's got complete down pressure on the bridge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the bridge is doing nothing except being pulled down by the string, the vibrations going through the bridge, it's exciting the top. But he's moved that section, which is pulling up, obviously it's still pulling up to the top. So in his mind, mechanically, this is better to have a complete downforce on the bridge. And then he built this section to create the direct coupled bridge to support that. So
there's another piece of wood underneath.
It's actually a kind of a hybrid material. It's a cross between sort of ebony and the sort of stuff you make circuit boards from. I'm not quite sure what that's called.
Okay.
So it's like a hybrid material. It's super, super strong, and it's really sort of...
So it's like kind of an ebony and a plastic kind of... Okay.
So he's got that going on now. So the question obviously appears. Well, he's got downforce on the bridge, and he's got upforce coming from the top now rather than the bridge that was there before.
Yeah.
So I don't know for guaranteed how to prove that mechanically. I mean, somebody far cleverer than me pursue that in a scientific way, or you'd have to really measure it somehow with some apparatus. So the only way I've been able to measure this is I made an exact guitar. In fact, you have one of them, I have one of them, and I did this, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And I made two Yairis, two DYM 70s. One had a direct couple, and one had a one piece like an Alvarez.
Like an Alvarez.
But we made them in the Yairi factory, same bracing, same grade top, same everything.
Okay.
I kept the one with the direct couple, which gave you the other one, because I just felt it had a louder projection.
Did you really instantly feel the big difference there?
I instantly felt the difference, yes. So his thinking here, so certainly he's fixed the bridge pull. I didn't put an E on there, look at that. He's fixed the bridge pull. You can't get a bridge pull on it. Definitely, in his mind, more string tension because he's made this angle more acute from the saddle.
Yeah.
He's taken away the opposing forces in the bridge, in his mind. And he's moved that back, and he's thinking, I've got all the down pressure on the saddle, I've taken some of that pull to the top, but maybe that's exciting the top as well. So the only way I've been able to test is by making those instruments.
Okay.
And man, I could feel a difference. And that was his thinking. And that's why we have the direct coupled bridge, which has become synonymous with our branding and our design.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff.
Highly unusual.
Very unusual. I don't think he ever patented this. I've seen some hand builders, luthiers, have done direct couple style bridges. But in manufacturing or in mass production, nobody does. It's really difficult. You've got to cut that in the top and sink that in and design that support. So it's really hard to do, and it's probably just not, maybe to some it's not worth the extra work or the risk. Or maybe they believe in it, you know? This is his belief, which I believe purely because I made 2 identical guitars. The whole mechanics around it, I'm not quite sure, you know, would have to do some like real vibrational measurements and all that sort of stuff.
Somebody out there has this.
Somebody will
has the skill set.
Somebody will be able to help us, I'm sure.
I'm sure of it.
But that's the thinking behind the direct couple bridge.
Fantastic. And the Alvarez guitars have a version.
They do. Sorry, yes, they do. So Sam's going to show us. I'm sure he can zoom in. So basically, this piece here, obviously that's separate on that one.
Yeah.
It's just the same. So what we're getting, we're not getting that. You know, there's still opposing force in a single piece of wood, but we're getting more break angle.
Yeah.
So we're getting more tension in the sound box of what Mr. Yairi believed and what we still follow today.
Fantastic. Thank you, mate.
Question answered.
Brilliant.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Cheers.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click the video on the screen now.